Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Inspirational Brands Make in India. I'm Ridu Bhandari. Through this series, we are on a quest to find some of the most inspiring stories of brands that are contributing to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Make in India mission, a mission that will make India a global manufacturing hub.
मैं जिससे भी मिलता था पिछले 2-3 साल में हर कोई यही कहता था, भाई अब तो बिजनेस यहीं से शिफ्ट करना है, इंडस्ट्री यहां से शिफ्ट करनी है। ये जब मैं सुनता था मुझे पीड़ा होती थी। आज जब मैं मेक इन इंडिया की बात लेकर के आया हूं तो हम नहीं चाहते कि मेरे देश का कोई उद्योग, कोई व्यवसायी जिसे मजबूरन यहां से छोड़ करके बाहर जाना, वो स्थिति हमें बदल दी है। और मैं पिछले कुछ महीनों के अनुभव से कहता हूं कि हम ये बदल चुके हैं।
Owning a home, working in a respectable environment, and enjoying leisure time in luxurious commercial spaces are dreams of most urban Indians. And one company that's turning these dreams into reality is the Prestige Group. Founded in 1986, Bengaluru-based Prestige Group has established itself as one of the leading and most successful developers of real estate in India. Under the leadership of Irfan Razak and his brothers Rizwan Razak and Noman Razak, the group has grown to become a real estate behemoth with a market capitalization of over 10,000 crore rupees. With an unwavering focus on quality, excellence and innovation, the group has completed more than 210 projects covering over 80 million square feet, with ongoing and upcoming projects contributing to another 102 million square feet of world-class real estate space across asset classes. The Prestige Group boasts of a diverse portfolio covering residential, commercial, retail, leisure and hospitality segments, making an indelible mark on the landscape of major South Indian cities like Chennai, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Mysuru, Mangaluru and Kochi, besides its project in Goa. A leader with foresight and sharp business acumen, the CMD of Prestige Group, Irfan Razak, has been a true success story. With a willingness to take risks and determination to fulfill his vision, Irfan Razak founded the group in 1986, and today the company has successfully completed millions of square feet of world-class real estate development. We are in conversation with the CMD of the Prestige Group, Irfan Razak, and I'm here at the Prestige Group headquarters in Bengaluru. Mr. Razak, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you here with us today. First up, you have a legacy of over 3 decades. So if you look back from this point, what are the biggest and your most favorite milestones that you'd like to count?
We started on a foundation that, listen, we want to bring in excellence into the construction industry. So the foundation was strong. The thought and idea was strong that you wanted to make the change. You wanted to bring in some totally different systems in terms of construction, in terms of look, feel, quality, all of it. Some of my favorite things, milestones, like you asked me, like as we went along, we did initial days, we did some residential development called Prestige Acropolis, which was a landmark in those days, and a large development, a Prestige Towers office building, 250,000, and I thought that was pretty large for Bangalore, and that got consumed with the tenant IBM occupying most of the space. And then we conceived the shopping center, that's a mall, which I would say is probably India's first or second mall, which was designed in a scientific manner, where we retained the property and manage the property, so we could get the right type of tenancy mix, the right type of products there, and then a 11-screen cinema with PVR. And the UB City now even today is a landmark. It's now one of the landmarks recognized for Bangalore. And then we did the first integrated township, that is the Prestige Shantiniketan, which has a large residential community. Then we've got 3.5 million square feet of IT office. Now we've got a shopping mall there, which is to get opened up, commissioned in the month of December, January. And then we have the Sheraton Grand Hotel, which again will open its doors this year.
Let's rewind a little more. You started out at your father's clothing store. So how did this whole transition into real estate really happen?
Getting into real estate was not something that I envisioned. I was looking at being a lawyer or a chartered accountant. Finally got into my father's, sucked into the father's business. Reason why I got into this business was we sold our family property, and in the process of selling and buying property, we got into in touch with the real estate, and then we felt that this business was good. So between my brother Rizwan and I, a lot was achieved. For the first 5 years we were just trading, buying and selling, and then we felt, let's bring in some excellence into the industry. Why don't we get into construction and create some nice edifices.
Let's talk a little bit about your revenue mix as well. You've diversified into hospitality, you're already into residential, commercial. So today, what is the revenue mix like?
Today, office is giving us, the company is about 700 crores per annum, which we believe will grow up to 1200 to 1400 crores within the next 5 years. Similarly, retail, now we've got 6 operating malls, and in the next 5 years we'll have another 6 more operating malls which are under construction. 2 are anyway almost ready. The next 4 are under construction. And then we are looking at growing it much more, the footprint. Now the whole, and of course hospitality is not something that we did by design, because hospitality was a requirement because it was part of a component of the entire integrated development. Like if we've done an SEZ, the Cessna Business Park, we had a large client, Cisco, and then they said, listen, in your non-SEZ space, can you build a hotel so our clients and our visitors can stay there without really wasting time commuting. So we had the land, and based on their requirement, in fact they specified the brand also. So we contracted with the brand and built that hotel, and today that hotel is trading well, which is the Aloft.
A notable project of the Prestige Group located along the Sarjapur-Marathalli Ring Road in Bengaluru is the Cessna Business Park, the largest globalization center outside of USA for Cisco Systems. Accorded an SEZ-1 status by the central government, Cessna Business Park is positioned as a Grade A office building. Its world-class infrastructure and maintenance facilities perfectly amalgamate leisure and business in 11 office buildings and the Starwood Group's Aloft Hotel. The Prestige Group has had significant focus on commercial spaces. In 2008, it established the Collection UB City, South India's first luxury mall that brings together fashion luxury brands under one roof. Situated in the heart of Bengaluru with a built-up area of 16 lakh square feet, this joint venture is one of the first developments in Bengaluru to combine commercial offices, a luxury mall, serviced residences, restaurants and the piazza in one secure and well-articulated composition. UB City is a popular leisure destination for locals and tourists in Bengaluru. The Prestige Group also has a lot more to its credit, with its various projects aligned to the ever-evolving needs of customers.
What we have done is, over years, we have seen the need of people who buy and what is it that they were looking for when we did every project we named it. If I take you back little in history to more than about 15 years or 18 years back, we did Prestige Acropolis. At that time there was a need for a luxury building in the city. There was nothing like that, where about 200 apartments we could put together of larger sizes with good quality marble flooring done, huge landscape done, and beautiful elevations. At that time we caught hold of architects Mrs. Thomas Associates, told them the brief that we would like something like this to come up. Whether it was Acropolis of those days or last 10 years back when we went and did Prestige Shantiniketan, where a township was a requirement when people were looking at office building very closer to their homes. So we thought we should do a township in which there are offices, there are residential, and when these two are there, we should have a mall along with that. The mall is also getting ready. Then we thought there will be lot of people to come and visit these offices from anywhere else in the world. We should do a hotel, and we have done a Sheraton Grand also in the same campus. It became an integrated township.
So lots of iconic projects out there. Which one is your favorite? Which one has given you the maximum pride?
So each one has its own importance as we go along. So whenever we are working on each one, you feel good about it. That's why one day I was contemplating and reflecting. I said, there's no product that is left out that needs to be done, especially in Bangalore. Now what we need to do is probably carry some of these developments, the model, and replicate it in some of the other larger cities in India.
Which brings me to my next question. What keeps you firmly glued to the south, and how is the consumer here different from, say, the north?
See, real estate is definitely a local play. Many who have tried to say as a pan-India developer have really not succeeded. When things are small, you can get involved into the micro detail very easily. But when things grow big, obviously the dependencies also grow. So you need to have the right people who will again share your same vision, who will share the same passion, and will be able to produce the same product that you envisioned and you've been already producing earlier. And that's why we kept ourselves first in Bangalore, then we moved to Chennai, then we moved into Hyderabad, now we moved into Kochi. So now we are now well entrenched, very well established. Now we've got good management teams, we've got the right guys doing the job. Probably that's what keeps us ticking and makes us do more in spite of all the problems that we face.
Okay, so on that note, let's take a short break right now, but stay with us because the conversation with Irfan Razak of the Prestige Group continues on the other side. You are watching Inspirational Brands Make in India. Welcome back. You're watching our special series, Inspirational Brands Make in India. And today we are in Bengaluru at the Prestige Group's headquarters, and I'm in conversation with the Chairman and Managing Director of the group, Irfan Razak. One of the biggest challenges for a real estate company, especially in India and in other parts of the world as well, is really to earn customer trust. Today consumers look at mistrust, look at developers with great mistrust. How has the Prestige Group dealt with that? How have you ensured timely delivery? What's the track record been like?
I've seen over a period of years the customer's expectation also keep growing. So so we have to have that culture in the organization itself to make sure that at whatever cost the customer needs to be kept happy. Okay. There are some exceptional cases where there are some unreasonable demands, but by and large, I think we've managed to satisfy all our customers to keep them happy, and we've kept delivery. Okay. Having said that, we also see that the timelines are met. In conditions, you do have some problems as you go along, but within reasonable parameters, if you're able to deliver a good product and with a good environment to the customer, at the end of the day, they are pretty happy. So they look at both the aspects. They look at the aspect that they've got a good home, and the investment has grown in value over a period of time. So they have seen the benefits. So that's what builds the trust. And I'm not saying, nobody is perfect. There will be problems, there will be issues, but it's how you address those issues is very important.
With its dedicated management teams and core business strategies in place, Prestige Group has expanded its footprint across different cities in South India. Prestige Neptune's courtyard in Kochi exemplifies the concept of luxury housing. Spread over 5 acres at Kochi's posh Marine Drive, it is an exclusive community that offers ultra-luxury homes. Prestige Neptune's courtyard comprises 3 and 4 bedroom premium luxury apartments, apart from duplex and triplex options as well, which feature luxury amenities to complement the contemporary lifestyle of consumers. With an aim to strengthen and expand its portfolio in and outside South India, Prestige Group is working relentlessly to now tap growth opportunities in different parts of the country.
We have streamlined our businesses into 4 different verticals of residential, office space, retail, hospitality, and the property management services. The way we are looking at the future is to look at each of these segments differently and take them to the next level of growth. That's one area of focus for us. The second is we've been present across South India. We're a dominant player in all South Indian cities: Cochin, Chennai, Hyderabad, of course, Bangalore. To grow further, wider and deeper in these markets, and also expand our operations to the area markets that we are not present in, which have got high growth potential, be it Mumbai, Pune, or North. Third area of focus for us is enter into mid-income, affordable mass housing, where we see great demand that exists, and also government has been supporting the demand for that segment in the form of interest subventions or in various benefits under Housing for All.
The Prime Minister also has a vision of Make in India, which is to make India a global manufacturing hub. Infrastructure is going to play a crucial role in that mission. How is the Prestige Group really poised to contribute to that mission?
We believe we as private developers, we are part of the private infrastructure. The government is, what government is providing is the public infrastructure like the roads, water, sewage and whatnot. But then we are the people who are creating the spaces for where the jobs can get created, the IT parks, because for every 150 square feet of IT park that gets consumed or gets leased out, there's one job that is created. Then along with that, you're creating homes. In an Indian context, housing is a very big need, and if we are able to understand who my target audience is, who my target customer is, and today my target customer is all at the bottom of the pyramid. If I'm able to produce something at a reasonable price with all the amenities and give them the lifestyle facilities, it will be a winner. And we contribute towards the betterment of urbanization, because today India is about 30-35% urbanized.
Let's talk a little bit about innovation as well. I believe there's a lot of emphasis on innovation at the Prestige Group. So tell us the ways in which you innovate, and what are some of the key innovations that you're extremely proud of?
See, innovation is something we need to look at all the time. It could be innovation in construction technology, or speedy construction. Like today, now we've got this technology where you can use aluminum shuttering, where the speed increases, where in every 7 days or 6 days you can start casting one slab. It doesn't need internal plaster. You can finish your buildings faster. Then while we are doing all this, we also need to take care of the environment. And I believe that we have to look at new technologies. Home automation is another thing, which is, of course, that costs money. Now we'll have to see how we can also eventually work out, bring down the costing and the same, yes, and keep those technologies for the
right. So from here on, what's your vision for the Prestige Group? You've had 3 decades. If you were to look at the 4th decade, where do you want to see the Prestige Group at the end of the 4th decade?
Now you see, now the vision is we've got the products. We know what products which are there, which have worked for us. Now carry these products to other cities. Now, like you said, why don't you go to the west? Why don't you go to the north? Yes, we may look at that, and we are exploring different possibilities. And having said that, we also, like I said, we now want to grow big in the affordable housing sector, where the government itself has given a big thrust. There are some benefits to the buyers in terms of interest subvention. There are some benefits to the company itself in terms of taxation. And I believe we will be serving a purpose again to the society.
And I believe the third generation of the Razak family is also into business now.
Yes, actually,
Is their functioning any different from yours? What's the freshness?
Every time that the family, always the third generation joins the family business. It rarely happens. It's now here, the next generation has really taken to it, and they also have, they were never forced into it. It was by choice that they have decided to come in.
Right.
And they seem to be enjoying what they're doing, and they seem to be also focused. They now what they believe in is in the values that we have established. They actually are building on those values, and I think the future is pretty bright.
Great. Thank you so much, Mr. Razak. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.